just manipulate the pointers. Okay. So let's again given a sorted doubly linked list containing distinct positive integer and an integer target, find all pairs of node whose value add up to the target. We got 7 and we have a sorted linked list. Okay. We have a sorted linked list. So this is the same question as finding pair in a sorted array. Sum equals to target. So we can use two pointers over here, like pointing 1 2. Let me just try it in this case 6 8. So one pointer will be at 1 and another pointer will be pointing at last element, which is 9. Okay, right. So we check if both the sum equals to the target. So 1 plus 9 equals to target. No. So what we do, so if sum equals to, if left plus right equals to what, target. No. If left plus right is greater than target, अगर लेफ्ट प्लस राइट जो मैं ऐड कर रहा हूँ 1 प्लस 9 क्या ये ग्रेटर देन टारगेट है? हाँ. तो मैं क्या करूँगा, इट इज़ अ सॉर्टेड लिंक लिस्ट, सो मैं राइट को मूव करूँगा एक आगे. ठीक है, तो व्हाट विल डू, राइट इक्वल्स टू राइट का प्रीवियस. ठीक है, विल मूव पॉइंटर्स लाइक दिस. देन एल्स विल चेक if we put else in this condition, we know that left plus right is less than target. Then we move left pointer, means left equals to left come next, right? So after doing this, we will get both the targets, like left plus right, these nodes. Then what we have to return array of output. Okay, we just new and sorted linked list, find all pair of nodes whose value point up to target. Can we check this? We have to return array, I guess. Yeah, so what we can do is we can return left का data comma right का data in an array, right? Let me write an algorithm. So we'll be taking two pointers. One will be at node left, will be pointing to head. Node right will be pointing to head as well. We'll move right to the rightmost part of the linked list. It is a double linked list, right? So क्या guys, मैं आता हूँ 2 मिनट में. तड़पन क्यों है शीशे से दिल क्यों मुझे याद तो हम कहाँ पे थे गाइस तुम कोड लिख रहे थे ठीक है तो अगर कोई सच पेयर ही नहीं है मतलब हेड का अगर जो नेक्स्ट नल है तो वी आर रिटर्न -1 -1 ठीक है देयर इज नो सच पेयर्स ठीक है else we will run node to traverse node right to last node means if temp का max equals to null है तो दोनों पहुंच गए अब फिर वो लॉजिक लगा लेंगे हम लोग while left previous and left next left while left is not left का जो डेटा है इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू राइट का डाटा तब तक मैं प्लस प्लस भी कर सकता हूँ और माइनस माइनस राइट भी कर सकता हूँ जहाँ वो इक्वल हो गया मतलब ऐसा कोई एक्सेस हो रहा है नहीं ठीक है again we can return at the end -1 ठीक है तो okay now let's write the code so if English has only one node if head का जो next है equals to null है तो वो रिटर्न -1 ठीक है node star left equals to head node star right equals to head now what do we do we traverse node right to end while right by the next to null right equals to right का next now those 2 pointers while left का जो डाटा not equals to right का डाटा so what you can do is if left का डाटा plus right का डाटा equals to target तो क्या करेंगे हम लोग वेक्टर इन आंसर डॉट पुश बैक सो लेफ्ट का डाटा we do this do this right else if left का जो डाटा एक मिनट तक और करा if and sum equals to ठीक है टारगेट। तो अगर मैं बड़ा होगा तो मैं ऑब्वियसली राइट को करूँगा, राइट के प्रीवियस पे, एल्स 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 लेफ्ट को करूँगा, लेफ्ट के नेक्स्ट पे, ठीक है। और एट द एंड वी विल रिटर्न राइट। लेट्स सी, ओके। Let's try it. Now, I have left, I have right. While left is not equals to right. Okay. Right equals to right. Right के next में नहीं. हाँ, तो कैंसिल हो. ठीक. If sum does both equals to target, no. Greater is right equals to right का previous. तो इसमें greater right आ गया greater. Now 8 plus 1. No, again greater. So what do you do? Comes to 6. Now yes, it's equals to 7. As you push back left करेगा 1 to 6. आंसर में आ गया, ठीक है। Okay. After this, what do we do? We move both the pointers, right? मुझे डुप्लीकेट आंसर तो चाहिए नहीं, तो राइट इक्वल्स टू राइट का प्रीवियस कर दूँगा और लेफ्ट इक्वल्स टू लेफ्ट का नेक्स्ट कर दूँगा। दोनों को बना देते हैं। ओके, चलिए। ओके, ज़ीरो 1 2 3 4 5 8. Left at 0, right at 8. Okay. Left का data is not equal to right का data true. Sum 0 plus 8 8, and we need 5. Means 8 is greater than 5. What do we do? Right equals to right का previous. I came at 5. Now 0 plus 5 equals to 5. Target को equal कर देते हैं. Now what we do? We put in the answer. 0,5 is the answer. Okay. Next, right equals to right का previous. I came at 4, and left equals to left का next. I came at 1. Sorry, left came at 1. Now 1 plus 4 again gives me what? 5. Now 1,4 is also a valid answer, right? That's right. So what we can do here is again right को मैंने पुश किया यहाँ पर, left को मैंने पुश किया यहाँ पर. Now 2 plus 3 again gives me the answer. Now 2,3 also. Now when I do this, राइट को यहाँ और लेफ्ट को वहाँ. ओके, एंड लेफ्ट का जो डाटा है ठीक है। Okay. Do I need this statement? Let me just check. Yes. Because there are certain cases जब मुझे सिर्फ ये चेक करना है, ठीक है। So this question is also done and dusted. Let's just put it here. What we did is sum of pair in WE linked list equals to given sum. Median का नहीं था तो पॉइंटर आता वो pointers. Remove duplicates from sorted item. Again, this is also a let me have some medicines. मेरे जुकाम के लिए so let's go. Okay. In this scenario, we have to write three cases. If head to next का जो डाटा है equals to head का डाटा. Okay, we will be needing two pointers here. One pointed at head, one pointed at wherever this head का next kind of things goes. Right. So what we can do, if head का जो डाटा है हेड के नेक्स्ट का डाटा, तो while head equals to head का next, it will reach at some point where head is not equals to head का data. What do we have to do? We have to keep head का previous version. और उसके प्रीवियस में हमें नल डाल देना है, ठीक है। तो हेड के प्रीवियस में नल डाल देना है and new head will become this. After this is for head. We have done this, right? Next, if we have some things in mid, right? If temp ka data is also temp ke next ka data. If this scenario occurs, so we'll take a pointer we'll take a pointer star remove pointer, okay, we'll be pointing to temp को स्टोर कर लेंगे. Now while we'll put this condition again, जब तक ये हो रहा है, ठीक है, तब तक क्या करो, temp इक्वल्स टू temp का next. Certainly we'll reach at a point where reverse equals to temp के next temp का data, तो temp equals to temp का next. Now reverse equals to temp का data, temp equals to temp. Now we reached at a point where temp and reverse both are different. We have to link these both, right? Temp के जो next temp के जो previous में है उसमें मैं डालूँगा reverse, और reverse के next में मैं डाल दूँगा क्या temp. I did this first line. After doing this what happens कि 1 2 2 था, तो 2 पे मेरा रिवर्स था 1 level check 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. So this is a very good example. 1 था head से कोई पंगा ही नहीं है. Now क्या temp का data equals to temp के next का data, हाँ. Now we got this condition, we take a reverse at temp. Now reverse equals to temp का data, हाँ, temp equals to temp का next, temp यहाँ आ गया. Now क्या reverse equals to temp के next temp का data, हाँ, और temp equals to temp next, क्या reverse equals to temp का data. Now the loop takes temp is at here. Now reverse temp का जो previous है उसको लिंक कर दिया मैंने रिवर्स से, ठीक है, और रिवर्स का जो नेक्स्ट है उसको लिंक कर दिया मैंने टेम्प से, और ये 2 यहाँ से क्या होगा 2. नाउ अभी टेम्प है हमारा यहाँ पे. नाउ टेम्प का जो डेटा है उसका जो टेम्प नेक्स्ट का डेटा है, यस. नाउ अगेन रिवर्स टेम्प होगा. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, क्या रिवर्स टेम्प का डेटा आगे को मैं कर सकता हूँ temp equals to temp का next, ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे तो करते हैं क्या reverse equals to temp का next, हाँ, तो move forward. क्या reverse temp का नहीं. now what we do, temp पे जो previous में उसको reverse से जोड़ दो, और reverse के जो next उसको temp से जोड़ दो. again 3 आ होगा. Now this goes for this also, and we will win 1 2 3 4. We'll be getting this list. Alright. इसमें एंड का कोई गेम ही नहीं लगता मेरे को, ठीक है, क्योंकि 4 4 था ना. now what happens, 4 equals to 4, right? So 4 पे रिवर्स डाल दिया मैंने, temp equals to temp का next, and temp is not equals to null. अगर बराबर और null नहीं, if temp का जो next है उसको null है, was next को और break करूँगा, temp का डेटा एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। अगर ये हो गया तो व्हाट वी डू, वी चेक इफ temp का जो नेक्स्ट है इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू, अगर ये नल के बराबर है तो क्या करो, रिवर्स का जो नेक्स्ट है उसको कर दिया नल, एल्स में डाल मैं ये करूँ, ठीक है। चिकन नहीं फिर दोस्तों ना let's code this solution as well. We'll input a check, n कहाँ से करेंगे, 1 भी हो सकता है, तो what do we do, if head next null again return at cooler, now while and next आता है कुछ next done. Next we reach that point where head का डेटा तो head के जो previous के previous प्रीवियस पे आके उसके प्रीवियस पे लॉग करके और हेड को प्रीवियस पे हमें को दिस इज फॉर हेड, इफ हेड से लिंकिंग दो ऐप तो ठीक है ना, इफ while no star and equals to head, while next is on equals to while open up the code by import we check if then का जो डाटा है उसको जो नेक्स्ट पर अरे डाटा भी यही है तो नो स्टार रिवर्स वेरिएबल्स लास्ट नोड का सेम नहीं है। तो क्या करूँ, टेम्प के प्रीवियस में करंट और करंट के नेक्स्ट में टेम्प वेरिएबल्स। ठीक है, ये तो नहीं चल रहा है। और ये करने के बाद ऐड टेबल टेम्प कर दो, ऐड कर। ठीक है, ऐड का नेक्स्ट was declared head का reference that doesn't mean anything to me. Head ही था basis पे which is and okay 2 3 4 let's see. I was at head. क्या हेड का नेक्स्ट इक्वल्स टू नल है? नो, हेड का जो डेटा है क्या इक्वल्स टू हेड के नेक्स्ट का भी डेटा है? हाँ, हेड इक्वल्स टू हेड का नेक्स्ट। चलो इस पे मानेंगे, हेड मान का था, दूसरे वाले पे ना, क्या हेड का जो डेटा है वो इक्वल्स टू हेड के नेक्स्ट का भी डेटा? हाँ, तो हेड इक्वल्स टू हेड का नेक्स्ट ना, वो हेड का जो डेटा है क्या वो इक्वल्स टू हेड के नेक्स्ट का नहीं। तो यहीं पे हेड के प्रीवियस को बस नहीं कर दो और हेड को कहीं नहीं कर दो। ठीक है, ये हेड के लिए no, I think it should come how for it. What's wrong? Okay. Okay. Case 1 successfully. Correct friends. Correct. Okay. You're 1 2 3 6 6 8. There is a minor issue here. You know, minors are always causing the issue. Eight. तो मैं तो 1 को हटा ही देता हूँ क्योंकि हेड वाला हमारा प्रोग्राम सही है। Now temp is pointing to the second one. We will call the second one as first, normal first. Basically, we have removed the first one from the 18 to 23 line of codes. Now temp equals to head. This is pointing to first one. Now temp का next null है क्या? नहीं। क्या temp का जो data है equals to temp के next का data है? No. Temp equals to temp का next. Now temp comes to 2. Now temp का जो data है वो temp के next का भी data है। Again temp comes to 3. Now temp का जो data है वो टेम्प के नेक्स्ट का भी डेटा है। हाँ करेक्ट है, तो टेम्प को कर दिया मैंने करेक्ट और टेम्प इक्वल्स टू टेम्प का नेक्स्ट। नाउ जो करंट का डेटा है वो टेम्प का भी डेटा है। हाँ, और टेम्प का नेक्स्ट इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू नल है। हाँ, तो टेम्प इक्वल्स टू टेम्प का नेक्स्ट। करंट का डेटा है टेम्प का डेटा है। नोट्स टेम्प का जो नेक्स्ट है क्या वो नल है? तो टेम्प का जो प्रीवियस उसमें डाल दूँगा करंट। टेम्प के प्रीवियस में मैंने डाल दिया करंट और करंट के नेक्स्ट में डाल दिया टेम्प। Now again Oh. क्यों है तुम, क्यों? ये लिंकिंग करने के बाद temp equals to current. ये कर देता हूँ, temp equals to current. तो क्या हुआ, मैं एक नोट पीछे चला गया, अब मैं 3 पे, temp equals to temp का next. नाउ मैं अब आ गया 6 पे. नाउ temp का जो डेटा है temp का नेक्स्ट वाला डेटा है, हाँ, तो अब मैं कर सकता हूँ. Does this work? Again, I don't know why. Let me just check. मैंने कुछ कर पड़ेगा. तो temp, हाँ, नोट करेंगे temp कुछ temp का next या करेंगे डेटा temp के डेटा temp is not also true. करेंगे if temp comes next क्या null है, हाँ. का डाटा इक्वल्स टू temp का डाटा क्या मैच कर रहे हैं, तभी तो हम करेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं करेंगे. थोड़ा loud है, I can check where I'm going wrong. There, going wrong is the third question first went back. क्यों तो मुझे याद आ गया, बेचैन दिन मेरे बेचैन रातें, क्या मैं करूं मुझे बता, ऐसी ये जिंदगी करती रहे सितम, तूने दिया है सजा. You have got two real line pointed difference. अच्छा अच्छा, तो मुझे नॉर्मल ये दे दो कोड. तो कहाँ पे गलत था मैं, ये एक चीज़ हेड का नेक्स्ट चीज़ और ये नहीं चेक कर रहा था. द सेकेंड थिंग इज temp is not equals to null and temp का नेक्स्ट करंट का जो डेटा है, बाकी सारी चीज़ें ठीक थी. तो वी आर नॉट चेकिंग दिस थिंग एंड हियर दिस वाज द इम्पॉर्टेंट मिस्टेक दैट आई डिड. बाकी अदर all the logic that I have implemented is 100% correct. only portion correct. ठीक है. Sorry, excuse me. Yes. Can, I don't know why command L sometimes. Okay, I know why it didn't work. So then remove duplicates from the list. Manipulate did this. Hard problem solving interest. We are running this. Can you please reverse linked list in group of given case? अरे वाह यार. इसको रिवर्स करो, फिर आगे जाओ, फिर रिवर्स करो, फिर आगे जाओ, फिर रिवर्स करो. तो रिवर्सल का तो मान लो क्या लगता है टू की टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हो जाएगी फिर. ठीक है, रजिस्टर given the head of a linked list, single linked list का head दिया है. Reverse the node of the list k at a time and return the modified list. K is a positive integer and is less than or equals to the length of the linked list. If the number of node is not the multiple of k, then left. Fuck this question. Fuck this. Yeah, fuck this. कैसी जिंदगी कटी रहे सितम तो दिया है सजा.
So let's continue with our playlist. But before that, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. So the problem that we will be solving today is reversing nodes in K group. So what is the problem exactly stating? It is stating that you will be given the head of the linked list and you'll also be given a value K. Now your task is to reverse the nodes in K group. What does it mean? Let's take this example where you're given the head and you're given the value K as 3. Now your task is to figure out all the groups of size 3 and you'll have to reverse them individually. If I ask you which one is the first group of size 3, you'll be like, this one is the first group of size 3. So what you will do is you'll end up reversing all the nodes in it. So 3 will be at first, after that 2, after that 1 because you have reversed it. So let's do the reversal. You'll have 3, then 2, and then 1.
We can do this. We can write reverse function. We can provide.
Perfect. Once this is done, which one is the next group of size 3? Can I say that this one is the next group of size 3? I can. So you'll again have to reverse it. So if I reverse it, I'll have 6,
and
then 5.
I think we can do that. 2 1 4 3 5. Okay. So how can we do this, right? First of all, wow. Temp is not equals to none. Okay, temp is a head right now. Head. We have head. We can state current pointing to temp. Okay. Current pointing to head, and suppose. Let's suppose head for right now. we move this till 2 while while k minus minus, right? But s minus minus s equals to k. What do we do? temp का next, again temp equals to temp का next, but do this both only, right? तो ये दो बार चल रहा है. तो have to provide बस दो, ठीक है. तो मुझे एक चलना कूल है, एक चला. नाउ I have current at head and temp at second. So we can reverse what starting point is, like current, temp is the ending point, and we can give the list as well. We reverse this, the list has been reversed. No, we can provide the no. Yes, we did it. Now this ends, this loop ends, and now temp equals to end the next. End कहाँ पे था? टू का नेक्स्ट क्या था? तो वन आ चुका है. ओए कैसी तेरी नहीं, तो नेक्स्ट मतलब अब मैं 3 पे. Current equals to temp, that is 3. So we can do that. And temp, अगर वो है तो हम भी करेंगे, है ना? तो let's see if this works. If this does, then thank you so much. This need more stuff. होने तो वाला नहीं है, I guess. So temp equals to head, ठीक है? While temp equals to null, ठीक है? And temp का next भी equals to null, ठीक है? Null star current. टेम टेम स्टोर कर दिया मैंने स्टार्ट इंडेक्स स्टोर किया है सच स्टार्ट इंडेक्स और एक इंट एस ले लूँगा जो कि इसको लॉन्ग करे के -1 हमेशा क्योंकि मैंने के -1 तक वाइल चला लिया है ठीक है ठीक ये हो गया अब ये चलाने के बाद मैं क्या करूँगा मैं रिवर्स करूँगा रिवर्स क्या करूँगा स्टार्ट कॉमा टेम्प कॉमा लोड भेजूँगा सॉरी हेड भेजूँगा लिस्ट का ठीक है और वहाँ से मैं रिवर्स करूँगा रिवर्स करने के बाद मैं क्या करूँगा अच्छा ये करते करते टाइम का नेक्स्ट भी करता हूँ ना तो एंड ये भी चाहिए कि जो टाइम का नेक्स्ट नॉट इक्वल्स टू नहीं तो है ना ये करने के बाद load start we have to save the temp right क्योंकि रिवर्स में बात करनी चल रही है temp सेव करने वाला temp इसको रिवर्स कर ठीक है और temp जो है वो सेव का नेक्स्ट हो गया सब नहीं होते ठीक so this should reverse the whole list and you can do them head this is what I was thinking private function लिख देंगे no start reverse what we get is no start head तो मुझको ये रिवर्स करना we have to check
And then 4 and 1 will be set. And this, so before it, in case you haven't seen it, go back and watch it, and then you can restart this particular video. So how do I approach this particular problem? It is asking me to reverse the nodes in K group. So this is the first group that I have to reverse. This is the second group that I have to reverse. This is the third group that I'll have to reverse.
मुझ पे रिवर्स फंक्शन बस मैंने लिखना है ना तो रिवर्स फंक्शन में कैसे लिख सकता हूँ रिवर्स मेरे पास स्टार्ट है ठीक है स्टार्ट एंड और बस सेव ले लूँगा जो कि एंड को मैं सेव कर लूँगा मतलब मैंने सेव कर लिया इसको ठीक है अब मैं क्या करूँगा while start is not equals to end तब तक क्या करेंगे हम current equals to start start का जो नेक्स्ट है तो हमें प्रीवियस नल लेके चलते हैं प्रीवियस को कर देंगे स्टार्ट के बराबर और स्टार्ट को कर देंगे करेक्ट। तो ये एक तरह से मान लो रिवर्स हो गया होगा, ठीक है। एट द एंड रिवर्स हो चुका है, ठीक है ठीक है। अभी मेरा प्रीवियस पे मैं एंड हो रहा हूँ, ठीक है। तो प्रीवियस का जो नेक्स्ट है वो किसको टारगेट करेगा, एंड के नेक्स्ट को, जो मैंने सेव किया था, सॉरी सेव के नेक्स्ट को। और यार वी कैन टेक एंड का नेक्स्ट, ये दैट एंड। तो जो मैंने रिवर्स फंक्शन लिखा है वो कुछ ऐसा लिखा है मैंने, ठीक है। स्टार्ट करना एंड, ठीक है। और यहाँ से मैं टेम्प कर, तो ये जो ये स्टार्ट, ठीक है। अब मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं सेव कर रहा हूँ इसको एंड को, सेव को एंड मोड। सेव कर लेते हैं इसको, स्टार्ट को, स्टार्ट तो लास्ट में पहुंच जाएगा, और उसके नेक्स्ट में तो मैं जोड़ूंगा इसको नॉन स्टार देखो गाइस, जो भी मैंने नॉलेज कैटर किया है मैं सब कुछ इसमें छोड़ने जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। और एक स्टार्ट इन ऑर्डर टू व्हाट, तब तक क्या करेंगे, स्टार्ट करंट टू स्टार्ट, स्टार्ट करंट नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट इसको प्रीवियस बना लेंगे, प्रीवियस इक्वल्स टू करंट। हमारे पास है प्रीवियस, प्रीवियस का जो नेक्स्ट है रिवर्स हो चुके हैं। अब रिवर्स वाला पार्ट मैंने रिटर्न कर दिया, ठीक है। तो रिवर्स वाला पार्ट मेरे पास आया, करके मैं क्या बैठा हूँ, लेट्स सपोज मेरे पास 1 2 था, 2 1 वाले गेम था, 3 4 5 कहीं चले जा। मुझे अटैच भी करना है, तो
and for the last one I don't have to. So if I carefully observe, if I try to reverse the first group, 3 will be here and that will be my updated head. So for the first group I'll have to think about the updated head, because the head will change, correct? And then it will be following to 2 and then to 1. So if I reverse this, you'll have 6, you will have 5, then you'll have 4. But I'll have to remember that this one will be pointing to 6.
Yeah.
So these are the things that I have to take care. Okay. So what I will initially do is I'll take the first group and I'll just do the reversal on it. And then I'll think for the later half. How can I do that? Obviously I have to do a traversal because without traversal I cannot do anything on the link list. I'll take a temporary, I'll place it at the head. I'll not alter the head. I'll take a temporary and I'll place it at the head. Now I know one thing, that this is my first key group. But if I'm writing the code, how will I know it? I know temporary is standing at the first element. I need the last element of this group, correct? So if I say this is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element, or rather this is the kth element. So I can simply write a iterative function which can find me the kth node. We can easily write it. I'll not get into implementation details. Get the kth node. So this will be my kth node. Remember this. This will be my kth node.
Yeah.
Now I can definitely say that I have the first k group where I have the first element and the last element. I do have it. Now what is my next task? The next task is to reverse this particular first k group, right? How can I do it? I don't know how to reverse a linked list, but it is a linked list. I cannot reverse any particular part of the linked list. I cannot say reverse this much in a linked list. I cannot say it. But what if I send this as an individual linked list? I can.
Yeah.
What if I say, hey,
Kth next equals to.
let's break this link, or rather, let's break this link
Yeah.
and have it point to null, and have it point to null. Can I say this?
Yeah.
I can. And if I do this, what will happen is, this one will be an individual linked list. This entire thing will be an individual linked list, where temporary is the head and kth node is the last node. So now if I call the reverse function, I'll get the reverse linked list. I will. So just call it and get the reverse linked list. So you'll call the reverse function which will reverse the linked list. This is what you will get in return. This is what you'll get in return.
Yeah.
So what you'll get is a new head. Correct? Remember, the initial head is here. So the initial head is still here at 1. The initial temp is still here. Remember this. And kth node is still here. Why? Because even after reversal, kth node will still be 3. Temporary and head will still be 1. So I've just written it. The only thing that the reverse function will do is, it will reverse it. It will reverse it. And I definitely know that the kth node will always be my new head. The kth node will always be my new head. Perfect. I've done it. Now can I say one thing? If temporary is equivalent to head, this is my first group. Hence, the head will always be updated. The initial head will always be updated. So let's update it. So what you'll do is, you'll update the initial head to kth node. You'll update the initial head to the kth node. Done. Super simple. So what I've done is, I'll repeat. First I have placed temporary at head. Then I figured out the kth node. So I know this is my first group. And I need to reverse it. So I've broken down the link and pointed it to null, so that it's an individual linked list. I've just reversed it. So I've got the reversed linked list. Now once I've got the reversed linked list, the initial head was at 1. I know the initial head will get updated to 3. So I'll just do it. Done. Now this is my temporary. This is where my temporary stands. But I need to go to the next group. Which one is the next group? This one. This one is my next group. Correct? How can I go to 4? I cannot go because I've broken down the link. So remember, before breaking down the link,
We have to say.
there was a link, right? Before breaking down this link, preserve the next one. So you can easily preserve the next node. And once it is reversed, what you can do is, you can take temporary to the next node. So this is what you'll do. You'll take temporary to the next node. Perfect. So I've done. I've taken temporary to the next node. I can again repeat the task. What was the task? Now I know I have to figure out the next key group. This is the next key group. Again figure out the kth node. So this will be my kth node. Why? If I again run the counter, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, which is the kth node. So I'll again figure out the kth node. Once you've figured out the kth node, what is your next job? Remember, this is like this next node now can go off, and this will be temporary. This button, right? So once you've done function pointing to Z, done, what is the next thing that you have to do? This thing. The next thing that you have to do is to make sure this 1 should be pointing to 6. The 1 should be pointing to 6. You'll have to remember which one is your last node. Which one was your last node in the previous group. You'll have to remember that as well. So just use one more variable to remember which one is the previous node. So you'll have the previous node stored. So just make it point. Just make it point. So make the previous node point to this. Done. Now what is the next job? Before going to the next group, which is this one, please make sure you remember the previous node, which is this one, because you need to make the connection. Correct? What's the next? Take the temporary to the next. You can easily do it because you preserved the next node. Done. K group, I k. This will be my can ignite the. But do we have k elements? We don't have k elements. So if you do not have k elements, I repeat, if you do not have k elements, you don't reverse. So what is the next connection? You just attach this one to this, the remaining elements. So can I say the previous node will be attached to the temporary or to the next node? Doesn't matter. And once this is done, your head is updated, so you're done and dusted. Quite simple. You'll just have to reuse the rectangle. What was the next thing? I know that this will be my first k group. So I figured out temporary and I figured out the kth node, if you remember. So let's find out the kth node. So I'll say, hey, function, I'll write a function, find kth node or get kth node. This is your head and it'll have to give me the kth node. It will give me the kth node, which will technically be this one, right? What if it doesn't have a kth node? What if the linked list was only this much, only with 2 elements? Will it have a group of size 3?
No.
It won't, right? So you'll have to keep that in mind. What if we have a linked list which is small? So you don't have to reverse anything over here. So please make sure you check if there is no kth node. Imagine if there is no kth node, you get a null. The function returns you null. In that case, you'll have to do something and then break. I'll talk about that something afterwards, but as of now, you stop. So you break. You no more Travis. Perfect. What is the next thing that you will do? The next thing that I will do is, if this is not happening, like if there is a group, then you'll get the kth node. What is the next thing that you'll do?
Please, sir.
You'll have to separate this k group from that entire linked list because you cannot reverse a section of the linked list. This will be pointing to this. You'll have to separate it. You'll have to separate it. But do you remember? You need to store this. Otherwise, you cannot traverse further. So please make sure you take a next node and store the next one. So maybe you can take something as next node and you can store it. Next node will be kth node. Next. So what I've done is I've remembered the next one. Perfect. What is my next job? My next job will be, okay, I've remembered the next node. I'll have to make sure this is separated and pointing to null. This is separated and pointing to null. Because I need to separate this particular next job is temporary and ask them to reverse it. So what will happen is you will get this reversed linked list. Now what is the next job? You'll have to identify, is it your first group or is it your later groups? How do you identify that it is your first group? How do you identify? If temporary is equivalent to head, then only it's your first group, first key group rather. So I'll be like, hey, if temporary is equal to head, remember the reverse will return you the head of the updated, head of the reversed linked list. But you already know which one will be the head. The head will be the kth node. You already know it, right? So can I say after reversal, the new head or rather the updated head will be the kth node? I can. So for the first time, I can say that the head maybe I can use the white one so that you can remember. The head will be the kth node only if this is the first instance, like first key group. Otherwise, what do? Do you update the head? You don't. You don't update the head. But you need to make sure. But you need to make sure that you do something else. And what is that something? What is that something? I'll come to it afterwards. So what I've done is, I made sure this is updated. What is my next job? The next job is to take temporary from here and place it here. Correct? So I'll do that. I'll write the else. So I'll take temporary and place it at next node. I'll take temporary and place it at next. So what I can say is, hey, my job is done. Hey, my job to reverse this portion is done. But do you need to remember this? You need to remember the previous node. Why? Because when you reverse this next k, the previous has to point. So please make sure before moving the temporary here, you remember this. So maybe I'll take another previous node. And I'll say before moving temporary, dusted. Loop will end. Again finds the kth node, which is this. So next node is null. So it points to null. Nice. Reverse. So the reversal happens. Is temporary head? No. So comes to else. What will you do on else?
We link it.
If you're not updating head, please make sure you connect the previous nodes next to this one. Please make sure you do this. So what you'll do is on else, you will say previous node, your next should be pointing to the current kth node. Perfect. So this is done. So I can say this is done. What after this? You have to remember the previous node. So you remembered it here. What after this? You have to take the temporary. You'll have to take the temporary from here and place it here. So this will be done by this, done and dusted. But what happens during this scenario? What happens when temporary is standing here? Let's go there. What happens when your temporary is here? You go and find the kth node, and what you get is null. So you break up. But you'll have to do one step, which is the previous node has to point to this. The previous node has to point to this. So please make sure you point previous nodes next to null. Sorry, not null, to temporary. Before breaking out, please make sure the previous nodes next is pointing to temporary. Got it? But can you straight away do this? You cannot. Why? Because when you started off, there was no previous node. What if you had a linked list which was something like this? 1 pointing to 2, 2 pointing to null. And this is your head. For the first time, temporary was here and your kth node will be null. You don't need to do anything. Because this doesn't have a kth node. Since it is the first one, you will never have the previous node. So if there is no previous node, you don't do it. So you will say, hey, if there is a previous node, then only do it. Remember one thing, this will be executed only if it's a lengthier linked list. For smaller linked list, this will turn out to be false. You can take smaller examples, do a dry run on the code, and you'll understand it in a much better way. So let's quickly get back into the code editor and understand the code. So what I've done is, initially I've written the get kth node. It's very simple. Standing somewhere, you have a k, you do minus till you reach the kth node. Super simple. Have a simple traversal by k minus minus and you return temporary. In case there is no kth node, it will be returning null. You have to write the function key reverse. So initially temporary will be head, previous class, the previous one will be null, and you keep traversing till it is null. Get the kth node by calling the function. If it is null, just make sure you point it. The previous pointing should be done, and then you can break out because there will be no further k groups. After that, you get the next node, just preserve it. Make sure you separate out the linked list, reverse it. If it is head, if it is the first k group, update the head. If it is not, make sure you point the previous K group to the new ones. Just store the previous, and after that move to the next. Once this is done, update, like return the updated head. So I'll go ahead and submit this. So if I ask you what is the time complexity, what will be the time complexity?